Good morning, my dear students. Hope that you are fine. I am also fine by the grace of Allah. I am Muhammad Ibrahim Mia, lecturer in chemistry, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. Dear students, in the previous class I have discussed chapter 6. The name of the chapter is Concept of Mole and Chemical Counting. From that chapter, we have discussed about Avogadro number, mole, molecular mass, molar volume, STP. I think all of you have seen the video. So today also we will discuss the same chapter. I have written the topics. All of you see the board. You must take the book and classwork copy and write the lesson in your classwork copy and see the video attentively. Okay. Chapter 6, Concept of Mole and Chemical Counting. So from this chapter today I will discuss molar solution, then molarity of the solution, how to determine the molarity of the solution. There is a mathematical term, I will explain it. Then percent composition, how to determine the percent composition of element of a compound, I will show. Then how to find out the empirical formula and how to find out the molecular formula. So these are the today's topics. I will discuss one by one. All of you please be very serious in your studies. Okay, now I am writing molar solution at a fixed temperature if 1 mole solute is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then that solution is called molar solution. Okay, dear students, see that I have written what is molar solution. At a fixed temperature, if 1 mole solute is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then that solution is called molar solution. Now with this we can write 3 definitions together. See that. Now it is the molar solution. 1 mole solute is dissolved. 1 mole in 1 liter solution. Now if I write second one, decimolar solution. Okay, then instead of 1 it will be 0.1 mole solute is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then it is called decimolar solution. Decimolar solution. Okay, so first of all I have written what is molar solution, then now what is decimolar solution. At a fixed temperature, if 0.1 mole solute is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then that solution is called decimolar solution. Okay, now I can write semimolar solution also like this. Semimolar solution. So now instead of 0.1 it will be 0.5. 0.5 mole solute is dissolved in 1 liter solution, then that solution is called semimolar solution. Semimolar solution. So First of all, I have written molar solution, that was 1 mole solute. Then I have written decimolar solution, that was 0.1 mole solute. Then I have written semimolar solution, that is 0.5 mole solute. Then molarity of the solution, if the number of moles dissolved in every liter solution at a certain temperature, then that is called molarity of the solution. So from this phase I have given 4 definitions. First one, molar solution. Second one, decimolar solution. Third one, semimolar solution. And fourth one, molarity of the solution. Okay, now how to find out the molarity of a solution? Everybody see that I have written a question. What is the molarity of the solution when there is 20 gram sodium carbonate in 250 milliliter solution? So first of all, here we have to write what are there. It is the mass of solute given 20 gram. Volume of the solute is given 250 milliliter. And molecular mass, it is molecular mass of sodium carbonate equal 23 into 2 plus 12 plus 16 into 3 equal 106. So we have to find out molarity of the solution. So we know molarity of the solution equal W into 1000 divided by V into M. So there is a formula. Now if I put the value, W it is given 20, 100, then V it is given 250 milliliter, and molecular mass it is 106. So we have got the answer, it is 0.75 molar. So to determine the molarity of a solution, this is the formula. S equal W multiply 1000 divided by V multiply M. So W means it is the mass of solute in gram unit. V, that is the volume of the solution in milliliter. Then M, it is the molecular mass of the solute. And S, we have to find out the molarity of the solution. So we have got the answer, it is 0.75 molar. Okay, now what is the percentage composition of elements in a compound? Everybody see that the gram measurement of an element present in 100 gram compound is called the percentage composition of that element. That means the percentage composition of the element equal atomic mass of the element and the number of atoms multiplied by 100 and divided by molecular mass of the compound, and then it will be the percentage composition. Okay, at first everybody write what is percentage composition of an element in a compound. Then there is a formula how to find out the percentage composition of element in a compound. Then I will show the mathematical term. Everybody write it. Okay, now how to determine the percent composition of elements in a compound? I have written a question. Determine the percent composition of hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen in sulfuric acid. So first of all, we have to find out the molecular mass of sulfuric acid equal 1 into 2 plus 32 into 1 plus 16 into 4. Altogether it is 98. Now the percent composition of hydrogen equal, so we have seen the formula, it is atomic mass into number of atoms into 100 divided by molecular mass, and then answer will be in percentage. So by using the calculator we get the answer, it is 2.04%. then the percent composition of sulfur equal. So it's same formula. First of all, atomic mass, then number of atoms into 100 divided by molecular mass, then it is in percentage. We'll get the answer, that will be 32.65%. Then the percent composition of oxygen equal. Same formula, molecular mass into number of atoms into 100 divided by 98, then it will be in percentage. So answer will be, by using calculator, 65.31%. Okay, now if we add, all of you see that how to determine the percent composition of elements in a compound. I have given the compound sulfuric acid and the elements are hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. So in this case we have to find out the molecular mass first. We have got it is 98. Now there is a formula. So for hydrogen we see that atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, number of hydrogen is 2, then it is multiplied by 100 and then divided by molecular mass, then we will get the percentage composition of hydrogen, that is 2.4%. Then similarly the percent composition of sulfur, first of all atomic mass of sulfur it is 32, then the number of atoms it is 1 multiplied by 100 divided by molecular mass, then we got the answer, it is 32.65%. Then the percent composition of oxygen, here also atomic mass of oxygen is 16, number of atoms 4 multiplied by 100 divided by molecular mass it is 98. Now we got the answer. So first one hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. Now if we add, we will get it is 100%. That means if we add 2.04%, 32.65% and 65.31%, then it will be 100%. Okay, everybody write it. Okay, now molecular formula. Everybody see the formula that shows the actual number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule is called molecular formula. Okay, then what is empirical formula? The formula that shows the ratio of number of atoms, the ratio of number of atoms of different elements. Present in a molecule. is called empirical formula. Okay, dear students, all of you see that I have written molecular formula, the formula that shows the actual number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule, and the empirical formula, the formula that shows the ratio of number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule is called empirical formula. For example, benzene C6H6, and the empirical formula of benzene will be CH. That means the ratio of number of atoms carbon and hydrogen, carbon 1 and hydrogen 1, and this is the actual number of atoms, carbon 6, hydrogen 6. So it is the empirical formula of benzene and it is the molecular formula of benzene. Then after that we will do the mathematical term of molecular formula and empirical formula. Okay, now how to determine the molecular formula and empirical formula? There is a question I have written. In a compound, the percent composition of carbon, it is 92.31%, and hydrogen it is 7.69%, and molecular mass is given 78. We have to determine its molecular formula. So to determine the molecular formula, first of all we have to determine the empirical formula. Okay, how to do? All of you see the board. We divide the percent composition with their respective atomic mass. Okay, so first one is carbon. Atomic mass is 12. Carbon atomic mass is 12. So if I divide it by 12, then what will be? 7.69. Then hydrogen 7.69, atomic mass is 1, then it is 7.69. Okay, then we divide the quotients quotients by the smallest quotient. So first one is hydrogen and the result was 7.69, and it is also smallest 7.69. So we have got the number of atoms of hydrogen, it is 1. Then first of all carbon, we have got the number of atoms, it is 1. Then hydrogen, it is also 7.69 divided by 7.69, so it is also, we are getting 1. Okay, it is the first step I have finished. At first you have to divide the percent composition with their respective atomic mass. We know the atomic mass of carbon is 12, that's why 92.31 is divided by 12. Then we have got 7.69. Then the atomic mass of hydrogen, it is 1, so we divide it by 1, then we got 7.69. Now we have to divide the quotients, that means we have got two answers with the smallest answer. This is the smallest, then we divide carbon. I have got the number of carbon atoms 1, and I have got the number of hydrogen atom, it is also 1. Okay, now therefore the empirical formula equals C1H1. because we have got the number of ratio of the number of atoms. That one, carbon was 1, hydrogen also, it will be CH. Now therefore the molecular formula will be CH whole to the power n. Okay, now what is n? N equal molecular mass of the compound divided by mass of empirical formula. So now we know the molecular formula, it is given in the question, but the mass of empirical formula, find it out. Mass of empirical formula equal, it was CS. So now carbon it is 12, hydrogen it is 1, equal 13. So now we put the value, that means molecular mass of the compound it is given 78 and the mass of empirical formula it is given 13. So now if we divide, then it will be 6. So all of you see the board. First of all, I determine the empirical formula of the compound, that was CH. Then the molecular formula will be CH whole to the power n. Then we have to find out the whole n. We have to find out the value of n. There is a formula of n. N means number. So the formula is molecular mass of the compound divided by mass of empirical formula. Mass of empirical formula is 13 and molecular formula it is given in the question. So we have got the value of n. Now we can easily find out the molecular formula. Therefore the molecular formula equal CH, that means it is C6H6. So we have got the compound and the name of the compound is benzene. So we have seen that the empirical formula of benzene is CH and the molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. Okay. Okay, now homework, all of you see the board. I have given homework, only 2 questions I have given. All of you see that. First one I have given, find out the % composition of aluminum, sulfur and oxygen in aluminum sulfate. So I have shown how to find out the % composition. Like this you will do it. Okay, then how much sodium carbonate is there in a 2 liter 0.1 molar sodium carbonate solution? We have to find out the amount of solute that is in 2 liter 0.1 molar solution. So you have to convert 2 liter in milliliter. Everybody know 1 liter equal 1000 milliliter. So 2 liter will be 2000 milliliter and molarity S is given 0.1 molar, and you find out the molecular mass of sodium carbonate. Then by using the formula you find out the amount of solute in the solution. Okay, dear students, today I have given very important topics. You have seen, first of all I have given what is molar solution, semimolar solution, decimolar solution, molarity of the solution. Then % composition, how to find out the molarity of the solution. Then I have given the % composition, how to find out the % composition of different elements in a compound. Then I have given the molecular formula and empirical formula, and also how to determine the empirical formula and molecular formula I have shown by giving example, and I have solved the mathematical problems also. So dear students, you must see the video attentively and study regularly. Thank you everybody.